Every American citizen should know the United States has never been a real democracy. It was founded as an oligarchy where only land-owning white men could vote. The Electoral College was created to protect these elite interests as well as slave states, and it still overrides the popular vote today. The Federal Reserve is not a government agency. It's a privately controlled central bank. It operates independently of the government but has massive influence over monetary policy. It serves banks and markets and is the enemy to the working class citizen. Law enforcement are not legally required to protect you. The Supreme Court has ruled multiple times that police have no duty to protect individuals. Their job is to protect the interests of the elite. They uphold the interests of the state. They protect private property. They do not serve and protect citizens. The United States government has actively overthrown dozens of democracies worldwide. The U.S. has a well-established history of backing coups to protect its own financial interests. It was never about freedom. It's about controlling resources and markets. There are more empty homes in the United States than there are unhoused people. In fact, for every unhoused person in this country, there are multiple vacant units that will remain vacant as long as they do not generate profit. Shelter is not considered a human right in this country. Profit is more important. The United States spends grotesquely more per person on healthcare than any other country, but has worse outcomes. The United States ranks poorly in life expectancy, infant mortality, and medical bankruptcy. The United States government ran illegal human experiments well into the 20th century. The Tuskegee syphilis study or the MK Ultra mind control study, and these are not conspiracies, these are admitted and documented. The United States military is the world's largest institutional polluter. It emits more greenhouse gases than many whole entire countries, but it's totally exempt from climate agreements like the Paris Accord. Environmental destruction is baked into United States imperialism. The United States has some of the worst labor rights in the entire developed world. Lack of paid maternity leave, paid vacation, universal health care. Union busting is legal and rampant. Minimum wage hasn't kept up with inflation since like the 60s or 70s. The United States created Al-Qaeda and the Taliban directly and indirectly. The United States foreign policy constantly creates enemies and then uses those manufactured enemies to justify endless wars. Slavery was never abolished, it was rebranded. The 13th Amendment was abolished except as punishment to a crime, creating a legal pathway for mass incarceration, which we all know disproportionately affects people of color and is why we have the prison industrial complex today. Prison labor is modern-day slavery and it's extremely profitable. Prisoners do everything from fighting fires, picking produce, to cleaning public buildings. As an American, it's almost impossible for you not to be using products that were created by slave prison labor. The United States allowed hundreds of thousands of people to die during the COVID pandemic to protect the economy. Other countries provided universal income. We got what, like $750 once? Big Pharma made billions and billionaire wealth skyrocketed at an unprecedented rate. The richest Americans almost don't even pay taxes at all. Billionaires like Bezos and Musk pay a lower effective tax rate than their minimum wage employees. Thanks to loopholes, offshore accounts, and capital gains, wealth can be hoarded tax-free in this country. The United States public education system was designed to create workers, not thinkers, or not free thinkers anyways. Influenced by industrial capitalism, school curriculums were designed to train kids to follow schedules, to take orders, and most importantly, not to question authority. Critical thinking and political education were intentionally stripped away.